part 2. Quiz 2, part 2. Okay, I can't squeeze all this information into 20 minutes or 22 minutes, whatever my limit is on YouTube. So I had to break it up. Okay, my bad. So here we go with part 2. And that's great, you know, because if you did everything before this right and the fraction is the thing that's giving you the problem, then you can start right here and you don't have to sit through my blathering. You know, fantastic. Okay, you know, PEMDAS plays a part in this. PEMDAS does play a part in this, but fraction rules play a big part as well. You got to have them both to be successful on a problem like this, and you really got to pay attention. Okay, the first thing I'm going to point out is this right here, all right? This is the first thing I'm going to point out. This is a mixed number. Please don't use mixed numbers. Get rid of them. Turn them into improper fractions. You know, improper right there. Okay, this word has a bad connotation just because it's improper. You know, I don't know what your teachers told you back in the day, but they said change all your improper fractions into mixed numbers, okay? Because we don't want improper fractions. Well, now you got to go the opposite direction. You got to change all your mixed numbers into improper fractions because we can't use fraction rules with mixed numbers, okay? We want to use mixed numbers for a couple years ago. We want to use improper fractions for now. You guys are all big boys and girls, and you can start using improper fractions. So how do we change a mixed number to improper fraction? Well, this is a perfect example because a lot of students have been confused about this negative sign right here. They think it means 5 times -1 plus 3. And that's what's going to give us on top. That'll be 5 times -1 is -5 plus 3 is -2. And then on the bottom is 5. Well, that's wrong. This right here is wrong. Okay? Because that negative sign is attached to the entire fraction. It's not just attached to this one here. So what you do is you think this as one giant thing, and it is negative. So 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. So we have 8/5. All right, so instead of this goes away. We change our improper fraction, our mixed number, into an improper fraction. There it goes. So, ta-da! So now that is -8/5. All right, that's how the negative sign works. So, oh, see, if you're a jerk about it, won't do it. You got to be real cool. -8/5. That's the same thing as -1 3/5. Then I want to take a look. I got this. I'm going to draw this dot here. That's that multiplication, okay? And I'm going to put this subtraction or negative sign. Which is it? Which is it? I don't know. Is it subtraction? Is it a negative sign? A negative sign is subtraction. A subtraction sign is a negative sign. They're one and the same, okay? And then I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop right here. And I'm going to look at what's inside this box right here, okay? What's inside this box? Inside the box is 6 divided by 5 times -6 divided by 5. And on the bottom is 2 1/5. 2 1/5 is no good. You got to make it an improper fraction. 11/5. Okay? So let's just talk about this right now. This right here. Let's just talk about this. Okay, I'm gonna group it up. Okay, and then we're gonna go away for a minute. Oh, this is no good. Hold on. All this has got to go. This is no good. Clear the way. Clear the way here, yo. Clear the way. This has got to go. Yeah, there's more down there? Yep. Nope, that's no good. It's all got to go. Go away. All right. There we go. Now I got some space to work with. Okay, I'm going to take this. I'm just going to work with this right here. Right? Here we go. Okay? And then I'm going to bring it back. So, on top, we have this rational function. We're going to break it down into what it is. We're going to make it real nice and simple before we start messing with it. Before we start including it back up here. Before we take it back up here and put it in this box right here, okay? Before we put it in there, we're going to make it nice and simple. So, on top, we have multiplication with fractions. How do you multiply fractions? You do it straight across. And you should know that's positive. So, positive times the negative, that's negative. And then I got 6 times 6, that's 36. And then I got 5 times 5, that's 25. So, the top is 36/25. And the bottom, this is equal, by the way, is 11/5. All right, now we have division. Division with two fractions. How do you divide fraction by fraction? How do you divide a fraction by fraction? This is a fraction rule. How do you divide a fraction by fraction? Oh my gosh, that's not right. What the heck? Here we go. Group it up. All right. How do you divide a fraction by a fraction? What you do is you take the top. That's 36/25. Hey, Irma. You take 36/25. You keep that. Uh-oh, you know what I'm going with? You know where I'm going with this? You take that and you keep it. And then you change this. You change this into the multiplication. It is division. We're changing it to multiplication. And then you flip this right here. That's KCF. You flip the bottom. So instead of 11/5, we're going to have 5/11. Right? Is that cool? You see what I'm saying? Do you understand this? Can you go from here to here? You have to be able to do that in my class. And from now on, just in math. This should not be an issue for you. 36 times 5, I can't do that in my head. I can't. That's impossible. Okay, it's not impossible, but I don't feel like doing it in my head. So what I'm going to do is, wait. Hold on. Where'd it go? Where'd my calculator go? Is it in here? Where's my calculator? Is it in? Where is it? This is no good here. Okay, maybe I'm going to close this. Okay. Ah, there she blows. There she is. There. Okay, trusty calculator. That I need you. You can't run away like that. You can't hide. No. You can't hide. You can't hide from me. Is that right? Let me just check. I think I may have messed up. 36 times 5 is 180. And on the bottom, I got 25 times 11, and that's 275. Okay, keep in mind this is a negative times a positive, so this is going to be negative. All right, look. I took that big old ugly thing and I simplified it down. I simplified it down. I'm going to bring it back up here now. I'm going to put it in the... Here it is. Where'd it go? No, this is what I want. Yeah, ta-da. See that? Okay. Yeah. See? See how I did that? Amazing. Okay. All right, anytime you see a minus sign next to a minus sign, I think we already covered that, okay? There's a sad panda face in there. Let's make it a happy panda face. Let's change it up. Okay, let's think positively. And that's not a joke. Negative times a negative is a positive, okay? But I got times a positive 180 over 275, and then I got negative 8/5. All right? We don't have to list that this number is positive. That's not important. It's implied that it's positive. I mean, this is a positive number, but we don't have plus signs there where they don't need to be just to say that it's positive. We talked about that. So what I'm going to do now is the only thing that's left to do, and that's to multiply straight across. So 8 times 180 is equal to 1,440. All right? And 5 times 275 is equal to 1,375. Okay, please note this is a negative thing and it's times something that's positive. We don't write this positive sign here because positive numbers, I mean, if they're in the lead, they don't get that distinction. But a negative times a negative is a negative times a positive is a negative. So this right here is negative. Now, if this is your answer, that's fine. I have a way to check to make sure that, you know, your unsimplified fractional answer is correct. Okay, but I want to tell you what it actually is here, okay? What it actually is. You need to know. No. You need to let's all stay together. We got to stick together. Okay, you need to know, all right? If you take 1440 and 1375 and you look at them, the 0 here and the 5 here denote that the top and the bottom are both divisible by 5. So you can at least do that for me now. Oh, is that 1375? Oh, 1375. Let's go ahead and do it. It's already there. Set up for me. This technology is amazing. So the bottom is 275. And then on the top here is 1440. I'm going to divide that by 5 too. Divide that top. Oh, wait. 1440 divided by 5. And that's 288. And don't forget, the whole thing is negative. This is the answer right here. Okay, that was a lot of work. But that's what it takes. Okay, don't shy away from work. Anything that's worth doing takes a lot of work. Okay, number 6. And what's next? The last one is the bonus. The bonus. Okay, I think I may leave you hanging with the bonus. I may work that one in class. Okay, so let's bust out number 6. Here we go. The first thing you got to do is you got to change these mixed numbers into improper fractions. So I want to do it right now. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 2 is 17. And there's a 5 underneath. That's 17/5 plus 2. Then I got this minus a minus. That makes me a sad panda. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. And that's 5. And then this is all in parentheses. And that's times this. 6 times 1 plus 5 is 11. And that's over 6. Okay, now let's clean it up. Minus a minus is the same thing as plus. Okay, don't make it wait. Go ahead and do it. We've got fractions here. I'm going to go ahead and change them all at one time because the only thing I got to change is this. I could add these two together. These two. Bye, Irma. That's my custodian just came in. She's a sweet lady, so I had to say goodbye and hello to her. So I could add these two together right now, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and change this guy right here. I'm going to change this guy. I want it to have a denominator of 5. Why am I changing it? Because we're talking about addition with fractions. You can't add fractions unless they have a common denominator. If I change the bottom to 5, I had to change the top to 10. We had a question about this. It was in the very beginning. How to do it. Okay? If you understand the process but you can't explain it, then you've got some work to do. Now we can add all these things together. 17 and 10 is 27. 27 and 16 is 33, 43? I think so. I think so. I think I can. You know what? Let me go ahead and check that because I don't want to make a mistake on here and throw everybody off. 17 plus 10 plus 16. And that equals 43. Okay, I was right. Oh, phew. I can add. Wait, go back, go away. Okay, so this inside here is just the same thing. Here we go. Inside here it is. Inside here is the same thing as 43/5. 43/5, we don't need to like make it feel special. It's already got a big head, so we don't need to put it in parentheses. 43/5. And all it's left is to multiply by 11/6. That's all you got to do. And I definitely can't do that right now because I'm tired. It's Friday, okay? It's late. 473. And on the bottom is 5 times 6. All right, I can do that one. 30. And that's the answer, man. It doesn't get any lower than that. That's it. That's all there is to it. Okay? I see you guys struggling. All right, please don't struggle. All right, I want you to be happy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that is. Let's say there's the glasses. All right, my foggy glasses. You know, and my panda is like, he's at the beach this weekend. Okay, and he's got like a little smirk, right? Because he's happy panda. You know, you need to relax. You know, the sun's going to shine whether or not you pass my class, whether or not you pass my quiz. The sun rises every day. Okay, it doesn't matter what's going on. You need to be happy, all right? You need to not worry because worry and fear and regret and remorse, you know, and hatred and all those negative feelings, they get in the way of you being able to do a math problem correctly. Okay, so if you can take anything from Miska, you need to be like, this weekend, it's a 3-day weekend, you need to be happy, okay? And we'll get to the bottom of it. We'll make it work out, okay? We're going to be all right. You don't have to be upset. If you don't understand, if you still don't understand even after this quiz review, you still don't get it, don't worry. Just be happy. Relax. You should have faith in me. I will help you through it, all right? I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget to do some math.